Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Conan. How's everybody doing? All right? Good, good. I'm glad to be out of my house, man. I got to tell you, I've been getting in a lot of fights with my baby's mother lately. My baby's mother and I have been getting in a lot of fights. Mostly we fight because my baby's mother doesn't like me to call her that since we're married and she's my wife. But, you know, that's my way of keeping it real, dog. I'll tell you, you know, you get a kid, you lose all your privacy. Total strangers feel free to walk up to you and ask you totally personal questions, you know? When I was wheeling my son around when he was brand new, this total stranger walks up and he says, God, he looks so well-formed. He's not even puffy or anything. Was he born vaginally? What the hell kind of question is that? I was like, yeah, he was. This is my wife. It was her vagina, actually. Why don't you ask her if you have any vagina questions? But the thing is, you get desensitized to those kinds of words when you have a kid. He probably had a kid himself, because you hear that, like, constantly. From the time your wife's pregnant, you go to the doctor, it comes up every 2 seconds. You know, like, we think you should be able to deliver vaginally. It should be vaginal. We could probably do it vaginally. We may need to administer some medicines, but we'll do it primarily. That'll just be vaginal, so don't worry. We do it vaginally. It's a word that really only comes up in a childbirth context. No one's ever like, dude, I got laid last night, man. Vaginally. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll tell you, now I gotta lose the weight I gained during a pregnancy, which ain't easy. If I was an actor, I could say I was just getting fat for a role, you know, and everybody would think I was like a method acting genius. Whenever actors gain or lose weight for a role, they're always like geniuses, you know, like he's becoming the character. And they always get interviewed on shows, and they're like, I heard you gained 70 pounds for the role of Tubbs McGoo in Cries of a Fat Man. How'd you do? You know, if you want to impress me, get taller. Let's see that. Let's see Gary Coleman in the Wilt Chamberlain story. That would get my Oscar nod. Yeah. Now, I was watching those Olympics this year. They were so boring, the Olympics, weren't they? The Olympics used to be so exciting when I was a kid because we had the Soviet Union. And that was drama when we were competing against the Russians, because that was tension, right? That was real, like a real enemy. When you saw like a little Russian gymnast on a balance beam, that was so tense, because you knew that if she slipped and fell off, they were going to take her home and shoot her right in the head. That was so much better then, you know? And now the sports are getting weirder all the time. They had women's softball as an Olympic sport. Can you believe that? Women's softball. And we lost to China. The United States women lost to China. I didn't even know they had fat lesbians in China. I thought that was... No, they're very small. They're small people. They're very small people. And I noticed, maybe I need to travel more. But I noticed that while I was watching, every commercial during the Olympics, every commercial's for prescription drug ads. When did that start happening? Every commercial on television is for prescription drugs. It's getting where I can't watch TV for 4 minutes without thinking I have 5 fatal diseases, you know? They're always like, do you ever wake up tired in the mornings? And now they have VD medicine ads. That's unbelievable. They have ads for venereal disease medicines in the middle of the day. Could you imagine? You're sitting there with your kid, you haven't even explained sex yet, now you gotta jump right to the butt warts or whatever the hell they're talking about, you know? Daddy, what's that? Well, Junior, one day you'll be at a party and there'll be some skanky whore hanging all over you. You know you shouldn't do it, but you're a little wasted. You know how that goes. And a couple weeks later, you go to take a pee-pee, and it feels like there's fire shooting at you. Yeah, like a dragon. Kind of like a dragon, sort of. Yeah. Then they got a list of 45 side effects, you know, that could possibly happen. Horrible list of effects. They got to do that because they're scared they'll be sued. Apparently that's what happens now. They just got to warn us and we can't sue them. But in America, people sue you anyway. People sue over everything in this country, right? Nobody takes responsibility for themselves. There was a guy in New York a couple months ago that was suing his landlord because he said scalding water from the shower burned his genitals. That's a hell of a way to test the water, huh? Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks a lot. That was great. Nice job. Greg Giraldo, everybody, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.